Today is Memorial Day, and I leave for Japan in only 5 days. I leave on Saturday, so I guess I should probably go ahead and get packed up. So this is what I am taking. I'm taking 2 suitcases. You can see I've got a big one, and I have a medium size that is nested inside of the big one. Give me just a second. When weighed together, they only weigh 16 pounds, and I get 50 pounds for one piece of luggage, so I've got 34 packing pounds. This is one of my cubes. It's already pre-packed and signed up. This is necessities such as socks, undergarments, tank tops, all of that. And then I am taking 4 pairs of shoes. 3 pairs of tennis shoes, 1 Adidas, 2 Skechers, and 1 pair of Skechers sandals for when I am in Okinawa. So let me go ahead and get that packed up, and then I'll show you what's next. Alright, so the next part is to take clothes, and you'll notice I've got 2 sections here. This is the section that's going in my checked luggage. And so in here, I've got my skirt, my pair of linen pants, my swimsuit, and water socks for when I am in Okinawa, because I'll be spending time at the beach and at my pool. And then I've got a couple of extra shirts. I'm only taking about 4 days worth of outfits. I think I have 5 bottoms and I believe 4 tops, because I know I'll be shopping there. This is my carry-on. So in my carry-on, I of course have a couple more t-shirts, tank tops, 2 bottoms. I've got my compression socks and some regular socks, and all the other necessities that I'll need for my first night and first full day, because I'll actually be using the Yamanote luggage shipping to send both of these suitcases to my second hotel straight from the airport, so that I don't have to lug them through the train station or deal with them just in the general public. So I did go ahead and get these compression packing cubes. So let's go ahead and get them tied up. Make sure everything's nice and rolled. And then you zip them up to start out with like that, and then to get them to compress, there is a second zipper here. And so you kind of push them down. And then maneuver them in. And it compresses it to a somewhat smaller size. So I'm going to put that in my carry-on. One of my carry-ons, by the way, is a foldie. So these actually can fold up into a lot smaller. I have one folded that I'll show you. So this is my folded up foldie. I'll actually be putting this in my suitcase and taking it in case I need an extra bag from all the shopping I intend to do. And this is the unfolded foldie, which is going on as my carry-on, and I'll put it in the overhead bin. So I'm going to go ahead and put my carry-on compression cube in, and then finish up the rest of mine, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, I've got the main things packed now, but I need to go ahead and kind of start getting my carry-ons together, along with any last things that need to go in here. So one of the things I'm for sure packing in here are my waterproof bags, again for when I am at Okinawa on the beach. Got to protect the phone. I will also be taking the GoPro, so hopefully I can maybe do some snorkeling and see some really pretty fish there. What else? And then I will be taking this. I take it on my cruises. It gives me a little extra thing. The only problem with this one, though, is it does have the 3 prongs, and a lot of Japanese plugs are actually only 2 prongs. like our American ones. So I did actually get this adapter, which is 2-prong to 3-prong. So I will be packing all of these. I will put them on my check suitcase because I don't need them the first night, but they'll be for my additional days. So go ahead and get those in there. And for the most part, that's my check suitcase done. So you'll see I don't actually have a whole lot in here. I've just got my extra foldy, an extra compression bag, my plugs, my waterproof bags, and then my clothes and shoes. So in a minute, I'll weigh it and see how much all of this is together and let you know. So I got it all packed up together. Took me a little bit because it was hard to shut the largest suitcase on top of the packed smaller suitcase, even though I didn't take that much stuff. But all together, both suitcases with the medium one being packed only weigh 30 pounds. That means I'm only taking 14 pounds of stuff in my suitcase right now. With the two together, of course, I can promise you there's going to be over 100 pounds of stuff on the way home. The next packing step for me for this trip, and really any trip in general, is to pack the carry-on. Now, normally, all I take is a backpack. And that's, my carry-on, my personal, all of that. But this time, like I said, I'm taking the foldy, and then I'm also taking a foldy backpack. So let me go grab that, and I'll show you why I decided to switch backpacks. This is the foldy backpack. I went with my favorite color for backpacks, which is teal. My travel backpack has almost always been teal. But I got this one in case I didn't always need it. I wanted to be able to fold it up and store it in my carry-ons or in my suitcase, and then I could just use my foldy crossbody or my other foldy bags or anything else. So when you unfold it, you pull it out like that, unzipping it. And then this zips back up to become part of the suitcase or the backpack itself. And there we go. Now it's time to start packing all the carry-ons. So something I got for this trip that I can't wait to show you when it's done is this Eki stamp book. A big thing in Japan is they do stamp rallies, particularly at all the train stations and other famous things, where they have these beautiful designs that you can just go around and find and stamp. And so I got this travel stamp book. And when the trip is done, I will make a video showing you all the stamps I've got. Of course, I'm sure I'll probably show you getting some of the stamps while I'm in Japan on my videos that come from that. But yeah, if you ever go to Japan, I do recommend getting one of these because it is something fun to do. So that's going to go probably in my backpack. So let's go ahead and see. Put it in this. Ooh, this front one's really spacious. Now, anybody who's flown knows that, unfortunately, due to TSA rules, you are only allowed to take 3 ounces or less of liquids and gels in one quart-size bag. So, I've got the majority of what I need to take into my quart-size bag. So, I am taking these Pink Grapefruit Vitamin C makeup wipes. I showed you them when I went to Daiso, and I've been saving them since. This is so I can refresh myself on the plane or as I go. If I buy any makeup over there or when I get my makeup done with my kimono rental, that will take that off and keep myself nice and fresh. I will be buying so much more of this when I get to Japan. But I happened to find a tube at J&E, and this is the Biore UV sunscreen. This is a very hot ticket over there, and I cannot wait to buy more. It is super light, goes on clear, and it smells so good. So even if you never get to go to Japan or get there very soon, you can actually find this on Amazon. It's a little on the pricier side. I think you can get like 3 or 4 tubes for $40, but I recommend giving it a shot. Then, obviously, I need to take my contact solution. so I can put my contacts in. I'll be wearing them a lot on the trip. And then I have been struggling with my contacts this year. I guess, you know, your eyes change as you get old, and I've been getting drier eyes, and the contacts have just been getting blurry. So I started using these Blink contact drops, and they do really seem to be helping. Obviously, I'm not wearing them today because I'm at home doing nothing but packing, but those are going in my bag for when I'm there. I am not taking a toothbrush or toothpaste to Japan because the hotels provide all those amenities, and I'll show you when I get to my first hotels, but I don't want to have stinky breath after eating on the plane. So I got these Crest Mini Grow toothbrushes that already have toothpaste and mouthwash in them, so I can refreshen my breath on the plane ride over there, and I packed a few more in my suitcase for on the plane ride home. But, yep, I'll let you know how they go. And then my mom, she gave me this little container, which I'm taking it to pack stuff in, but it came with several really great travel items, including this O'Keeffe's Working Hands lotion. I'm going to go ahead and take it just in case the hotels don't have any lotion. I'll have this as a backup until I buy some more over there, because we know that's going to happen. And then the vitamin C drink. I'll probably mix it with some green tea on the plane just to kind of give myself a little immune boost so that I don't hopefully get sick on the plane or anything like that. But that is my liquids carry-on. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this into the backpack so that I can have that at my feet if I need it. And then in here, I'm going to pack some other items. So this, I have one of these already packed in my check suitcase, but I'm packing this one in my carry-on. This is Gold Bond Friction Defense. I'm going in the summer. It's going to be hot and sticky, and as a lady, our thighs tend to rub together. This is my saving grace in the summer. Ladies, make sure you get yourself some. Some other things that I already have put in here, and I forgot to take them out. These Super Green gummies came with a little bag, and so I'm going to take those too, give myself a little immune boost and some veggie boost. They don't really use artificial sweeteners over there, and maybe I probably shouldn't either, but I don't always want the heavy sugar stuff, so I am taking some packets of Sweet Leaf Stevia, and I'm taking one packet of Liquid IV, so I can replenish myself on the plane. You can get pretty dehydrated up there with the pressure change. So I've read that that can help. So I'm taking one, and I'm going to see how it goes. If I like it, I'll probably buy something similar over there. Okay. This is my pill packet. I'm going to be taking it, and you can see that it's got several compartments for all the pills. These will be my on-the-go ones, and then I'll keep at the hotel my big bottles of them, I mean. But some of the things that I'll be putting in here are these digestive enzymes. Last April, I got my gallbladder removed, and so some foods affect me a little bit differently now. And while I know Japanese food is incredibly healthy and delicious, I don't know how my body's going to react to all of it because it's a little bit different than what we eat here. So I'm taking these digestive enzymes with me with the hope that it will help my body kind of handle it all. And yes, let me... So I'm going to go ahead and put these in one of these containers. Just a few for the first day. So I got 1, 2, 3, because you're supposed to take one with each meal. So that'll be the 2 meals on the plane. And then my 2 meals that first day. Except for it doesn't really want to fit in the one container. Can I take that out? Oh. Let me try this. Here, I'll break it up into 2, I guess. There's that. And then I'm also going to take Tylenol because you don't want to deal with any headaches over there. So let's see. I'm only going to put a few in this little container. That's 2, 4, 6. 6 will be enough. The rest will go in here. Alright, continuing on the carry-on, this is my foldy crossbody. This is going to be what I carry around everywhere I go across my body, keeping my most valuable things in. The one thing I really like about this, and this was a Christmas gift from my mom, is that it is kind of pickpocket proof to where, so when you actually zip these two, there's this carabiner clip that you then hook in. Let's see, you hook them in right here and right here. And so that when you do that, nobody can just go in and kind of open my bag and get my stuff out. So that should hopefully keep things safer. Not that I'm that concerned. I mean, Japan is a safer country, but that doesn't mean that there isn't crime. There is crime. Some of it's by other foreign visitors, and some of it is by Japanese nationals. So just got to be a little bit careful. Card-wise, obviously, I'm taking my driver's license. You know, kind of don't go anywhere without that. And then I'm... excuse me. I'm taking my U.S. bank card, my debit card, you know, gotta have that. So in case I need to get any additional cash out of the bank. I'm taking my travel credit card by Capital One. And just in case, although I doubt I'll need it, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Sam's Club World MasterCard too. You know, it doesn't hurt to have a backup. I don't think I'll need it, but better safe than sorry. Of course, one of the absolute most important things is my passport. I've actually had this passport holder for 20 years. 20 years ago, when I graduated from high school, I was able to go to France right after we got out of school with my French teacher and a group of students. And one of the things, we did a little drawing, and I won this passport holder, and I've been using it faithfully ever since. So normally in the passport holder, I'll keep my cards and stuff, but since I'm going to keep this on me, and it's got the RFD blocker so that nobody can steal my information, I'm keeping the cards in there, and then this, and then of course, I do need my yen, so I'm going to go ahead and pack that, because knowing my luck, if I don't, I'll forget it. Now, I will not be keeping all of this with me at all times. I'll probably only keep like maybe 10, 20,000 with me at a time and then replenish it as necessary. But you do want to have cash with you, because in Japan, cash is king, especially in those small little areas, the small ramen shops and the mom and pop shops. So that's going to go in. And then another thing I got is this coin purse. And it's got 3 sections so that I can separate my coins by denominations. In Japan, they use a lot of different denomination yen coins. I know I've seen 1 yens, I've seen 10 yens, 100 yens, 500 yens. So it was recommended to take a coin purse for all the coins you're going to get, and to take one with these separations so that you can organize it. So my coin purse is going to go into the backpack for now, since I don't have any coins. Once I start collecting them, then it'll go into my crossbody. Something else I am taking is a roll of bathroom-sized trash bags. I've talked about this with my students in the past, but there aren't really a whole lot of public trash cans, especially in Tokyo, due to the terrorist bombings in the 1990s of the trash cans. You can still find some occasionally, like some train stations will have them, convenience stores, little food stalls, but it is Japanese culture to, when you get something, take your trash with you till you get back to your hotel or till you get to that convenience store where you bought the item from. So I thought it would be better just to take these trash bags so I can put my trash in there and not have to deal with it. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my carry-on foldy that goes up there, because I don't think I'm going to need it right away. Next thing, of course, chapstick. Everybody knows me, knows I am a chapstick fiend. I've got 2, in fact, that I'm taking with me, and I'm sure I'll buy some over there. Another tip for anybody going to Japan that I actually learned from watching other people is that a lot of the public restrooms might not have paper towels or hand dryers. So Japanese tend to carry a small little hand towel with them. So I'm taking this one over with me for now so that I have it with me when I'm at the airport or any of the first places I go. But I do intend to buy some over there as well. Probably some Disney, maybe some Sailor Moon or Cardcaptor Sakura if I can find them, or something at Universal. But for now, this is my hand towel. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my backpack so that I have it just in case I need it. Something else that I'm taking, and I showed you this when I did my Dysol haul. But I got this little bag. It's for shopping. I could have also used it for trash. It's my Ariel bag that I got there for, I think it was like $3.50. And so I'm just going to fold it up. And now when I say that, it's the first time I folded it up for a while. So it might take me a second to get it just right. So that goes in. There. And now that it's folded up, I'm going to put it into my carry-on for now. Another thing I'm taking, and this is something new, is called the Nano Bag. Let me just take this tag off because I forgot to do that when I got it. This is another bag I got for all my shopping, and I'm going to actually put this one in my backpack because it's so tiny. But if you'll see that, look at how small it is. I mean, it fits in the palm of my hand. But when you take it out, it opens up into a pretty decent sized bag. So as you can see, I'll be able to put quite a few items, either, convenience store items or shopping items, my beverages, into that bag. And then when I no longer need it, for the time being, I'll just fold it back up and it goes back into the little bag. And you have it until you need it the next time. I will let you know kind of how I like this after I've used it on this trip. But so far, I'm pretty impressed with it. And I think this is going to be something that I recommend anybody traveling. Or even just, wanting to be conscious of ecology and the environment. Look into the Nano Bag. I got mine off of Amazon. It was like $15-16. So I'm going to put that into my little backpack. Okay, another essential travel item. Portable fan. I love to sleep with a fan. I like to have the air blown on me. So this is something that my mom and I actually have invested in the past for the different cruises that we take together. And so I'm taking one with me in case anywhere that I sleep gets a little hot. Like have them in my hotels, especially the first one. I'm going to be doing that capsule hotel. I can't wait to show it to you. But I've heard that the capsules can sometimes get a little bit hot, so I definitely want this fan to help me stay cool. Okay, the next part of packing, and I'll do that in just a moment, is all of the electronics that I'll be taking with me, and I'm taking quite a few. All right, for electronics, I am taking quite a few things because I gotta take the camera, the laptop, and all that. So one of the first things I'm taking is this micro SD card holder because I have a couple different micro SD cards. I thought I had 3, but I actually think I bought the wrong one. So I'm going to try to take it back to Walmart, but I don't know if I have the receipt anymore, so we'll see how that goes. If anything, though, I'm still going to get another one. So I have one that's 512 megabytes, and then I have a 64 that I'm currently using right now. And I wanted to have like another 128 at least so that I can film for several hours without needing to offload the footage onto my laptop or my external hard drive. But that's my holder. So I'm just going to seal that up. I'm going to slide it in here in a moment. And then I do have an external hard drive so that I can take lots and lots of pictures and lots of video and then transfer it onto my laptop and then transfer it onto here. So this has quite a bit. Not sure why that was beeping. Sorry. I was trying to figure out my camera. My external hard drive, got that. And here I've also got quite a few different cords, and I'm going to be storing a few other things. Then, of course, obviously, I'm taking my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And then I'm taking my mini mic that goes with it. I'm not using the mic right now because I'm at home and it's not super loud. But I will be using this a lot on the different parts of the travel. So I've got that. And I don't know if I can fit it in here or not. Probably not. So might have to keep that separate. I'm taking my Beats headphones for the plane and the trains and everything I do. So I've got those set up already, and I'm just going to put those in the backpack. I did buy a GoPro not too long ago off of a coworker. And so I've got my GoPro and my backup battery. Got my waterproof case because that's the only one I'm going to use. This is only going to be for the water and maybe some roller coasters if I'm lucky to take it on there. I don't think most of the Japanese ones, though, you can't. And then I do have a wrist strap coming. It's just not here, but that's going to go in there once it arrives. And then I am taking this little handy dandy organizing case. I've got all my cords and wires. I've got 3 portable chargers that I'm taking with me. 2 iWalks and then 1 just general one. I've got my Apple Watch cord, my iPhone cord, and just all the charging cords I need. And I have them organized in here. And then I will be taking my laptop with me. So pretty much I'm packed up. If you have any questions about what I've packed or need any suggestions for any upcoming trips that you have coming up, just leave me a comment below. Otherwise, the next video will be from Travel Day. Bye, guys.